It's a humid Tuesday morning in Shanghai 2021. Mrs. Zhang is running her breakfast stall in the Jing district, just like she has for 10 years. She sells scallion pancakes. Line is long. The process is fast. A customer scans the blue QR code. Payment successful, 10 yuan. She wipes her hands on her apron. The balance is 0. Panic starts to set in. She checks her internet connection. It's fine. She looks at her transaction history. There are no incoming payments. Not a single one. Confused, she walks around to the front of her cart to look at the QR code. It looks exactly the same as it did yesterday. It's a slightly worn, laminated square. But then, she notices something. The corner is peeling slightly. She picks at it with her fingernail. The sticker comes off. Underneath it is asterisk her times QR code. The one on top? That was a ghost. Mrs. Zhang wasn't robbed at gunpoint. She wasn't hacked by a supercomputer. She was robbed by paper. And she wasn't alone. Across Shanghai, in parking lots, convenience stores, and wet markets, millions of dollars were vanishing into thin air, diverted by a syndicate that realized the world's most advanced payment system had a vulnerability so stupid, nobody saw it coming. This is the story of how a group of criminals stole nearly $500 million using nothing but stickers and glue. But before we peel back the layers of this conspiracy, do me a favor. Check the button below this video. If it's red, you're missing out on the next investigation. Click subscribe. It's the only way to make sure you don't get scammed out of the full story. Chapter 2. The Cashless Trap. To understand how this heist worked, you have to understand that China doesn't pay like the rest of the world. In the US or Europe, you might tap a credit card or hand over cash. In China, cash is basically a relic, an artifact. From CEOs to beggars, everyone uses WeChat and Alipay. You scan a QR code to rent a bike. You scan to pay your electricity bill. You scan to give a tip to a street musician. It is fast, it is convenient, and it relies entirely on trust. Brother Wang saw a massive, unguarded bank vault. Digital security, military grade. Physical security of a QR code sticker? 0. He didn't hire hackers. He didn't hire coders. He hired runners. He needed ghosts, people who could move through the city invisibly. The plan was simple. They would print thousands of their own QR codes, linked to anonymous accounts. Then, they would hit the city in waves. They targeted the moments where people are in a rush, the parking ticket on your windshield, the shared bike you're trying to unlock, the noodle shop with the line out the door. When you scan a fake parking ticket code, a page pops up that looks exactly like the official Shanghai Traffic Police payment portal. You type in your plate number, you pay the fine, and you feel relieved that it's taken care of. But you didn't pay the police. You paid Brother Wang. And guess what? You still owe the fine. This wasn't just theft. It was a magic trick, performed on a city of 26 million people. And just like we revealed the secrets behind the tricks, we put a lot of work into uncovering these stories. If you appreciate the deep dive, leave a like. It tells the algorithm that truth matters more than clickbait. Chapter 3. The Sticker Gangs. By mid-2021, the operation had evolved from a few guys with stickers into a full-blown enterprise. The syndicate divided Shanghai into territories. They had sticker gangs working shifts. The brilliance was in the timing. They would hit the street food vendors at 4 a.m., just before the vendors set up. They would paste their fake codes over the real ones, on the closed shutters or the carts. When the owner arrived and started selling, the money flowed to the criminals for hours. Until someone noticed, then they got even bolder, hitting shops while open. Surveillance footage from Putuo district, a convenience store. Man buys gum. Phone payment. Cashier looks down. Less than 1 second. Stickers slapped on the payment stand. Sleight of hand. Pays to test the code. Man leaves. For 3 hours, syndicate money. Customer scan. Money sent to criminal syndicate. The scale was staggering. Tens of thousands replaced. We're talking about QR codes per week. Tens of thousands of codes replaced per week. The money wasn't coming in large chunks. It was coming in a relentless stream of $5, $10, and $20 transactions. It was death by 1,000 cuts. But handling that much money creates a problem. If you steal $100, nobody notices. If you steal $400 million, the banks notice. Brother Wang needed a way to wash the money, and he needed it fast. China has some of the strictest financial surveillance. You can't just have 400 million yuan sitting in a wallet. The authorities track large flows of capital like a hawk. So, the syndicate built a digital laundromat. This is where the operation went from street crime to organized financial warfare. They used a technique called smurfing. Stolen funds split into thousands of microtransactions. Victim pays 10 yuan routed through a mule account, converted into USDT on unregulated exchanges, tumbled, mixed, then cashed out into gold bars. It was a river of money that evaporated into mist the second it hit their accounts. The victims were confused. The merchants were furious, but the police were baffled. When a victim reported the theft, the money was already gone, having jumped through 5 different accounts in 3 different cities in less than 10 minutes. It seemed like the perfect crime. A victimless crime if you don't count the thousands of small business owners losing their livelihoods. But criminals always make one mistake. They get greedy, and they forget that in a surveillance state, there are eyes everywhere. We are watching this story unfold, but I want to make sure you're watching our next move. We're aiming for 100,000 subscribers who care about the dark side of technology. Join the ranks, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss the notification. The Shanghai Public Security Bureau isn't an organization you want to embarrass. The sticker phantom case was becoming a major embarrassment. The sheer volume of reports was impossible to ignore. The police realized they couldn't track the money. It was moving too fast. So they decided to track the stickers. They formed a special task force. They stopped looking at bank accounts and started looking at the CCTV cameras. Shanghai is one of the most surveilled cities on Earth. There is a camera on almost every corner. The police began to pull footage from the locations where fraud was reported. They used AI gait recognition software to analyze the way people walked. They looked for the same figures appearing at multiple crime scenes. They found them. They spotted the same men in black jackets, moving from shop to shop, parking lot to parking lot. They tracked them back to their apartments. They tracked their cars. They didn't arrest them immediately. They watched. They waited. They wanted the bosses. They traced the runners to the lieutenants, and the lieutenants to the safe houses. They mapped out a network spanning 5 provinces: Guangdong, Hunan, Fujian, and others. This wasn't just a Shanghai gang. It was a national syndicate. By December 2021, the police had identified the head. They knew where the servers were. They knew where the sticker printers were. It was time to move. Before we get to the raid, share this video with a friend who uses QR codes for everything. It might just save them their next paycheck. Chapter 6. The Takedown and the Warning. January 2022. The operation is codenamed Cloud Sword. At 4 a.m., coordinated police teams in Shanghai, Guangdong, and 3 other provinces stack up outside dozens of apartment complexes. The signal is given. Breach. Doors are kicked in. Flashbangs are thrown. In one luxury apartment in Guangdong, police find Brother Wang still in his pajamas. He tries to smash his phone, but he's tackled before he can destroy the evidence. The hall is massive. In the raids, police seize 63 suspects. They find stacks of cash, gold bars, and luxury cars. But the most damning evidence is in the corner: industrial-grade label printers and boxes containing over 50,000 unreleased QR code stickers. They were preparing for a nationwide expansion. They were going to hit Beijing next. The estimated theft? The numbers vary, but reports suggest over 400 million yuan, roughly $60 million United States dollars. Some estimates push that number higher. The Shanghai QR code heist proved something terrifying. We spend billions on cybersecurity. We build firewalls. We use Face ID. We use 2-factor authentication. But all of that technology can be defeated by a 5-cent sticker and a little bit of glue. The next time you scan a code, take a second. Scratch the corner, make sure it's real, because the link between your bank account and a criminal's pocket is thin. Paper thin. Thanks for watching. If you want to stay safe in the digital age, you know what to do. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next story.